Hello everyone. Welcome to day 15 check-in. I think I missed a day because I got an email this morning that said day 16, so whoops. But just to reflect on the weekend, yes, it was very relaxing, but as I mentioned in last check-in, wow, why did so much work pile up over just a weekend? So, that's where I'm at right now in life. This is the morning, so before I go to work, right after my morning research meeting, this is a time where I'm usually sleeping, but house was little noisy, so oh, I shouldn't be playing music in the background. So yeah, a little groggy in the morning. All is well. This is one of those moments. This is before I'll talk about leadership, but when someone's not willing to do something and you step up and you do it, there's usually both ways that go about where A, people will be grateful, but also B, people will keep slacking off because their ways do not result in immediate consequences. And that's bothersome. Yes, but that's the way of the world. And then people are willing to give you higher pay packages if you keep representing leadership that results in positive action. The other part of this is people are scared of failure. This is a topic that I've covered numerous times, but if you're scared of failure and you don't want to take accountability for your actions, and someone else has to tell you to take accountability, they need someone to do that for you. And they bother you a lot, but maybe the reason that they exist is because of you and people like you that don't take accountability. Not to accuse the audience, but there is that medium of there are people who have to take risk and there are people who also want to take risks and get benefits, but they don't want to be responsible for any possible consequences or the downfall, which is difficult. Jim Tang recently posted a video about people who are cursed by their own thinking, in which is a video that I would like to make another time. But it is to say that people who are very calculated and honestly well put together don't take many risks, right? Routine helps speed up your life, gives you stability, steady growth. Like these are beautiful, wonderful things. But if you want to make a big jump or a leap, it comes with risk, and that is a risk that you have to take on, and you may win and you may lose. But what you'll realize as you keep on growing as an individual, hopefully, is that not literally as an individual, but assets wise, is that as you become stronger, the risk for things seems to become lower because you have more wealth or have accrued more power or ability, right? If you've made a 40-foot jump, then you probably feel very comfortable making a 30 or 20-foot jump, even if you used to not to. And that's just to say something about scale. Costco and Amazon can afford to be loss leaders on certain items like the rotisserie chicken or anytime you refuse a package or you do a return because they are giants and most people don't do that and they can afford to take that loss because they have so much profit. But the scale of these things is the sole motivator or what makes these companies powerful. And what's also what makes individuals powerful as well is that not only do they accrue a great amount of wealth, making their threshold for risk higher, but they continue to take those risks, even when it may not be the most logical thing to do. You might look at something and say, hey, I don't know what the outcome of this, which is what is going on in my research. We're currently doing the training, and then you're going to train something else based off the training. And you don't know if you trained it correctly until you train the second thing, but you have to do the original training before the secondary training. And that's a difficult thing to wrap your head around. It's the same thing when people recruit for sports. It's this person has had a history of doing this. I think they're coachable and they have the potential to do even more. But you don't know. But you do have to get that pay package to get them through the door initially. So you're taking a risk. You're taking a gamble. And this is true for any type of recruiting. Right? You have a lot of candidates. Their resume is supposed to be a detailed history of who they are as individuals. But in order to start a new job, you need to. So a lot of people say you need to have already done the job, but that's not necessarily true. No one's done the exact job by the time they actually get to the new job. So you are going to be working for something that might be new, and that company took a risk on you in order to, based off of your history, assume that you would perform similarly. So maybe that's a talk about consistency. Maybe that says a lot about the gambling mindset video that I made, which I think could have been better articulated. But a lot of the answers is that you don't know, and you take a risk, and it pays off or it doesn't. Right? It's easy to put it into that binary, that generalization, but it doesn't really mean anything, as much as you still just have to take a risk and do something, right? I encourage people. Sorry, big yawn. I encourage people to apply for jobs, even if they feel underqualified, because yes, you do want to focus your resources in a way in which you're not just applying for multi-thousand-dollar deals for a college student who has no track record or experience, but even for some of the internships where it's like, oh man, I don't feel like I have the most coding experience, or I am really well out there. But if you need to draw the line somewhere where it's just, if you don't apply for anything, you have a 0% chance of getting an internship. But even if you feel underqualified, there still is a chance that you could get an internship, or you could at least get an interview. And the more interviews you take, the more likely it is that you actually land the job. It helps, right? The more races I do, the less nervous I am for the following race. So building up a history of something is beneficial. And I'll go against almost everything that I've said about the advice on this channel. And I just started an advice channel, not a channel, like a segment, and give dating advice today. And it's something that I feel particularly inspired to do, even if I fundamentally don't like the idea of it. And it speaks to something that I stand strongly against, which is this strong fear of failure, right? That anxiety, which it has its place. It's to help protect you from doing stupid things before you actually do them. Like, it's a good thing to have fear, and pain, which has such a negative connotation because of the sensation of it, but it's there for a reason. And there is a balance to navigate where, yes, you don't want to do the things that you might seem are immediately destructive to you, but you also don't gain anything by doing nothing. So I already mentioned that with the job example, but it is very easily applicable universally, that something doesn't just happen from nothing. The only thing that might be the case for that is Big Bang Theory, and which is still up to debate. Another yawn. Today for the check-in, we are tired, and we're going to double day upload for the check-ins, but after today is done, we'll follow it up. So yeah, I think outside of that, I've been playing a lot. Complete context switch, but outside of the channel stuff, I don't know if it's clear, but I've kind of been using this check-ins as an emotional outlet, and it helps. It's weird to think that just talking into the void makes me feel better about my day and my actions. Like, why don't you just think and be introspective? But once you put something out there, it becomes real, right? It's not just thoughts in my head. It's something that someone could listen to and document. It's something that's documented for me too. And recently, I've thrown myself into a lot of leadership positions. It's something that I always do, if I'm being frank, since high school. But the title doesn't mean anything. The actions that you do as a leader means everything. And I'm probably make a video on leadership, and not only the acquisition of it, but also what you actually have to do as a leader. But there is a place for judgment, and I think it can be applied to relationships too. But your job as a leader is to be better than your peers, like your members, to let them know what they want before they want it, to be judgmental of other people, and to be right. And it's a very weird sensation to have as someone who grew up to be told to be not judgmental of other people, to let other people do their own thing, to try to not be manipulative, and all those very strong negative connotations towards the judgment of your peers, and having, hateful or negative energy any way, shape, or form against others, to always assume the best of people. But you can't afford that in a position of leadership, right? You need shit to get done because you have a goal and you want to achieve it, and you can't achieve it alone. So you need to be a leader and enact that leadership on other people. And it's something that I've been growing into actively, and I think it's something that is worth discussing. So another day to not only be an educator, but also to go against the founding principles that I set out for this challenge and also this channel. Another day to yap. And of course, it also is an outlet for my gaming. It's nice to feel like I'm gaming towards something productive, and it also helps with my discipline, with my control, with my behavioral tendencies to not rage queue again. and to instead make the video and be able to upload it concurrently while I am also working on another video or playing a new game. So that is all for today's check-in. We're doubling up. Have a great day, and I will see you later.